falling in that category of people that wear the fitness wear without doing the fitness, which is like disturbing for everybody that has to see it, I'm afraid. Next up is Kenny Mammarella-D'Cruz, and Kenny is described as the man whisperer, and has been called by the Daily Express coach, consultant and guru of all things men. He's launching Men's Speak Online, as well as How to Run Men's Routes, which are weekend residential training in the heart of the English countryside. And he's going to talk about how to be a more authentic man. Thanks, Kenny.
So, is this about right for the mic? Yeah. Cool. Unfortunately, well, very fortunately, Newsweek contacted me and they wrote this chapter on Man Whisperer, and it's all about the work that I do with men in men's groups. And I guess the thing that's hurt me the most over the last few days being at the festival is how many men are looking for something, especially with their heads, looking for how should I be, and who should I be with, and what's wrong, and how do I fix it, and what's going on, and it's all, am I? It's, am I good enough? Am I doing the right thing? Am I this, that, and the other? It's handing the power out. It's handing the power over to other people, other men, society, who knows. For me, the most important thing, and I guess the key that's turned my life around and saved me, is coming more from I am, getting to know myself and finding out what type of a man or a person am I. So I needed to let go of everything that I thought a man should be. I didn't find I had a lot of male role models, I didn't have a lot of people around who I wanted to be like, and I wasn't really willing to sell out on myself, to be some fraud that I sell to other people that I need to buy, that everyone has to buy, and we can all be frauds together. I needed to find out who I am, and I needed to express that, to own that, and to take that into the happy hunting ground that the world is, and see how life meets me, and take it from there. So I guess my thing, in the past I've had a very dramatic life in childhood. I'm an ex-refugee from Uganda. We had death threats, refugee camps, all this shenanigans. I was brought up in a small town in Wales. We were the only coloured people. A lot of people didn't know whether we were Red Indians or cannibals. It should have been anything. And holding it together, especially after the life we had in Africa, where everything was taken care of, we lost everything. We had no money. We didn't know how to cook or clean or take care of ourselves or anything like that. So it was holding it together for my mother and little brother until my father came over to England 9 months later. We were on the death list and he was smuggled out. All of this had a bit of an impact on my life. Well, quite an impact. I had obsessive compulsive disorder most of my life. I had Tourette's, I was twitching and grunting. I had dyscalculia, I couldn't do numbers. I had a huge BDD, body dysmorphic disorder. It's like, is my body right? Why is it different to other people? I remember the changing rooms and the hell. I remember all our clothes were like, jumble sale, second-hand clothes, but mainly nylon, because nylon, everyone knew that is the thing to wear to keep you warm. So my nylon socks were right up here for rugby. And I thought, okay, I will hide my hairy legs because no one else is as hairy as I am, as far as I know. So I'll hide them. So I did the rugby thing, back to the changing rooms, I took my socks off and it was ching! I was like a womble. Like, who could not notice that? So obviously it brought issues. Everything brought issues. Meanwhile I was trying not to twitch and grunt and everything else. So I was out of limb in so many ways. And I knew, I was told, that if for any reason the people in this small town who naturally feared us because we were different, if they didn't like us, then we had nowhere to go. And I knew homelessness after a couple of refugee camps and a bit of nasty in the middle. So it was suppress and be good, and am I safe, and is my family safe, and is everything okay, and is my mother calm, and is my father. So it was all am I, and it was survival. I guess with that extreme, maybe I went to the other extreme, which was now I need to be over my thinking, and over the survival, and I really need to live my life. And I find the men who come to the men's groups, they generally come with the something's not working, I'm not used to being around men, I've got no male friends, or I'm going to be a father, or I need to lose my virginity, or something or other. You know, there's something up that they haven't been able to discuss with their friends, or with the doctors, or they're lacking something, or they just need to hang out, and maybe they've never hung out with other men, or they've never hung out because they've been good. And there are a lot of very masculine blokes, and there are a lot of very feminine blokes, and it's rich and poor and fat and thin and whatever, it's a total cross-section. What really works more than anything is in no time after the first round, it seems like the men somehow get on the same side. It's not competitive. We're all on the same side, and we do just hang out. And some very heavy shit comes up, there's no two ways about it, sometimes when it's relevant. And we laugh a lot. So it's a good thing that people can come with their survival mechanisms and how can I be better with this, that and the other, or you know, I'm lost. And they can learn to turn it around. They can learn to start to really live. And in a nutshell, the way that I've remembered to do that, and the thing that I pass on, is as soon as I'm lost in my head, trying to figure things out, trying to get things right, and you know, here's a bit of an offshoot, I hope I remember to come back. There's been a lot of talk about suicide, you know, there's depression and isolation, and when I think and try and work things out, and in complicated or impossible situations, when I think, I have spent years thinking, I get to one conclusion. I always get to the one bottom line. And that bottom line is the only way I'm going to sort this out is to remove myself from the situation. So I know that if I carry on thinking, the best I can do to control everyone and everything is to commit suicide, then I'm out and it's done. The other option is to stop thinking and to somehow accept and take part. So in a nutshell, what I've remembered to do is when I find myself lost in space or lost in my headspace, that's when I don't even think to the end of the sentence. In that moment, I notice, I take a deep breath in, and as I breathe in, I get present. And as I breathe out, I take part. Now, as I breathe in, I also think, thank you for reminding me who I used to be. And that's putting it in the past. That's used to be. So I breathe in with thank you for reminding me who I used to be. I breathe out and it's in the past and there's space for something different to happen. And so many different things have happened. My life has been absolutely amazing. No thanks to me. And it's all thanks for me stepping aside, allowing life to meet me, and responding from my present connected moment, rather than reacting in the way that I've survived to perpetuate the survival, chasing my tail, not feeling great. And with all I got addicted to adrenaline, big time. The survival thing, the buzz thing, with all the fear and all the, you know, whatever. It's addictive. So I went from my surviving life into newspapers with deadlines, into a design business and marketing and publicity in the press with deadlines, into the music business, into anything I could find to freak me out, flood myself with adrenaline and keep on that panic. And it was really quite a buzz, actually. It was absolutely wonderful, but it did me no favours. And it didn't give me the space to show up in my life, calm down, have some decent choices, and take part like a man. Now, for me, the difference between being a boy and a man, and a nice man sat in the seat, so I need to go up in a minute. The difference between being a boy and a man for me is, as a man, I can be present and connected and respond. As a boy, I needed to make sure that everyone and everything was safe and second guess it. I needed to be liked. I needed to just kind of stay in the panic and hand power over, take part in all the dramas and try and save everything. I wasn't there to accept and make choice and respond. I was this freaked out thing. And also, I've taken responsibility for my emotions. All this nonsense about men don't speak about emotions, well, that's not my life. My life is quite different. And the men in the groups, the men I work with, my friends, we love to speak about stuff. So it's, I guess the bottom line is present and connected. I think I should leave it there. Thank you.
That's great. Yeah, that importance of just taking some time